I okay, understand ke? Kak kamu tanya
Saya.
aku.
Sekejap. Saya.
Oh, okay.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad Uzair Intan bin Zamri, IDI 2311025, and my partner here.
My name is bin Shafiq bin Muhammad Fazli Rizal. My ID is ID 2311019.
And can you please introduce yourself?
Hello and Assalamualaikum. My name is Farah Amira Ibni binti Sukarman and I am 19 years old and I am from Kota Kinabatangan, Sabah and my ethnic is Sungai and currently I am studying at College Politek Mara Kota Baru, Kelantan.
Alright, okay, thank you. And how should we address you?
You guys can call me Mira.
Okay, thank you. So today we are going to do an interview for pragmatic subject regarding to fact-checking assignment regarding other culture. So let's start with the first question.
So the first question is, you can share a little story about your childhood days or how you grow up.
Thank you for the question. And as I said before, I am from Sabah. So basically, I grew up in Sabah, and also I always go to my mom village, which is Bukit Garam, and that place is surrounding with nature. So I can say that I am deeply connected with the nature. And then, as part of the Sungai community, which is my ethnic, I spent time learning how to talk in Sungai dialect and how to helping my big family and harvest the rice. So when the Pesta Kaamatan, which is harvest festival near the date, so I basically helping my other family to harvest the rice and also preparing for the Pesta Kaamatan harvest festival. And these moments, it's actually shaped my appreciation and also the value of working together with my big family and also my community.
Oh, I see. Okay, that sounds so beautiful. And as a Malay myself, I also grew up with strong ties and nature and family. I can relate to the joy of working together during harvest or gotong royong, especially during Raya Prep. During Raya Prep, I always do the cooking, cleaning, and also greet my other family and relatives. So it really teach us the value of community, right? Kan?
Yes, it's so true.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move on to the second question. Okay, did you ever find any difficulties in socialize with other different culture as you are studying far from your home?
Thank you for the question. For my answer, in the beginning, yes, because I did come all the way from Sabah to Kelantan, and in Kelantan, the environment is felt more fast-paced, and also everyone is so individualistic. While I'm growing in Sabah, my family teach me how to more like pace and also work in the community, not individually. So I think that's the biggest uh, problem that I
Encountered.
yes, the culture here. So it took time for me to adjust with the environment, but I learned by asking questions, be curious about others people's backgrounds, and also I slowly built the connections through shared experience with my friends and also my other friends.
Okay, I totally understand that as a Malay student from Peninsula from Terengganu that are studying at Kuantan, I also felt a shift when entering a more diverse environments. We are so used to doing things together, even simple things like eating or studying together. It takes time to adjust, but shared experiences really do build a strong bond between us.
So Mira, for the third question, have you ever encountered challenges due to different communication styles, like direct versus indirect language?
Preventions? Definitely yes, because in the Sungai culture, we communicate politely and subtly using a soft tone voice and not using a high tone voice, high pitch voice. But once we hesitate that to give direct feedback in a group task and it shows confusion because others were expecting clear input. So I learned that it's important to balance with respect and clarity, especially in the multicultural setting.
Oh, I see. Same here. In Malay culture, we are also taught to jaga bahasa or jaga mulut, which means we can curse other people or saying bad things to them. And also, we need to avoid being too direct. I also used to feel awkward giving direct feedback too. But you are right. Balancing clarity with respect is so important when working with others.
Okay, for the fourth questions, Mira, how do you adapt your non-verbal communication when interacting with other students from different culture?
Thank you for the questions. I pay close attention to how others use body language. So if I notice someone is more expressive, then I will mirror. I will try to mirror that so they feel more comfortable with me. And I've also learned that a smile and open posture can go a long way in making people feel welcome. And even even he or she with me, we don't speak in the same first language. But if we have the same expressions, so I think we can click right away.
Okay, I understand that. That's a great strategy to be honestly. I also find that even just a sincere smile, it helps a lot. In Malay culture, we value a soft facial expressions and body language that shows respect. So adapting while staying true to that is a good balance for all of us.
So, Mira, for the fifth question, have you ever experienced a misunderstanding due to body language or gestures? Can you share an example?
Sure, thank you for the question.
Sure.
Yes, I once used a gesture that's common in my community, which is a slight nod with closed lips because it is means to show agreement to what the people are told to. But some once I make that body language and someone from my teammate saying that it is me being unsure or uninterested. So it made me realize how gesture can have different meanings and now I try to be more expressive in my communication.
Oh, I also had a similar situation before. I remember when I was in high school when I avoided eye contact out of respect, but someone thought I was being cool. Like I just avoid eye contact because I respect them, but it is different meaning to them. So it is amazing how even small gestures can be seen so differently across cultures.
Okay, next for the next question, can you describe a situation where time orientation where monochronic versus polychronic affected your team's collaboration, Mira?
Sure, thank you for the question. In one group project, I noticed some teammates expected everything to go exactly by the clock. So I come up from a background when time is more flexible and we value relationships over strict schedules. So I think from that situation, we had to compromise setting clear deadlines, but also being patient and supportive to each other pace.
Oh, I totally can relate to that. In Malay culture too, we sometimes say on the way when we are not quite ready yet. But when it comes to group work, I agree. Finding a middle ground between flexibility and structure is key to all of that. Let's move on to the next question.
Samira, for the next question, how do family or cultural values influence the way people on your team deal with conflict?
Thank you for the questions. In my culture, which is my community, my family teach me to handle disagreements calmly with empathy, and that influenced how I see conflict. Because it's not about winning, but about preserving the harmony. So some of my teammates, especially those are from more individualistic backgrounds, are more straightforward. But I find that combining both styles, which is the calm and also the straightforward style, can help us solve problems better.
Oh, I see. I love that. It is the same in Malay culture. We are taught to control our emotion, avoid shouting, and always try to protect relationship. It is not about proving who is right, but also finding peace because peace over fighting is more important than fighting. Yes, sir.
Okay, the eighth question. Mira, how do you usually manage? My bad. Yes. Eighth question. How do you usually manage conflict between team members from all your friends or other students from different culture backgrounds?
Thank you for the questions. Because at the KPTM, there are so many people from different backgrounds, and my circle also have different ethnicity. So I often act as a mediator, which is I try to understand both perspectives and then guide the conversation in a way that doesn't face them to some of us. So my cultural upbringing taught me the importance of patience and finding peaceful solutions, which helps me to stay neutral and help others understand each other.
Thank you for the answer, Mira. I think your answer is pretty good. You will make a great team leader. I also try to be the orang tengah when tensions rise because I believe that as Malays, we carry this responsibility to restore calm and harmony between peoples in our culture.
So for the last, um, so for the last second question, in your view, how do cultural values influence how people handle conflict?
Thank you for the questions. In my view, cultural values affect whether people see part, whether people see conflict as something to avoid or as a normal part of teamwork. In some cultures, like mine, which is a Sungai community, we my ancestor teach me how to keeping the peace is important. So people may hold back their feelings. So and others made it more open and also direct. So understanding these differences help create more respectful conversations with each other.
Oh, I see. That's such a balanced view. We Malays often stay quiet to avoid disrespect because we don't like fighting. But that silence can also be misunderstood too because they might think we are arrogant. So I have learned that understanding each other intention really help. Okay.
Okay, Mira, this is the last question for today. Do you think different conflict styles can create more misunderstanding in a multicultural thing? How so?
Thank you for that question. My answer is yes. One person may prefer open debate, while another sees that as rude. So these different conflict styles can cause tension if we don't talk about them. But if the team is aware of these differences, they can actually use them as strengths because different perspectives often lead to a better solutions.
Exactly. Thank you for the answer, Mira. Exactly. I also thought about that different style might clash at first, but they also give us more tools to solve problems, right? I've noticed that when we embrace these differences instead of resisting them, teamwork get much stronger or our bonds get much closer. So I think that's all from us today. Thank you, Mira, for joining our interview session today. And thank you, Wafi.
Thank you, Miro.
Thank you
Thank
so much for
you.
having me. Thank you. Good
Thank
luck for
you.
your subject.
Thank you.
Alright, bye
Bye.
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 Eh, aku
Settle.
aku